At my age, you know I've been to a lot of doctors. Healthcare partners, they really care. They're concerned about your health. They're all the best. I am Roberta, and I am a healthcare partner. Visit hcpnv.com to hear my story.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News is also brought to you by the St. Therese Mission, a future venue for cultural and environmental events near Pahrump. Get involved. Visit us at sttheresemission.com or call 702-507-4172.
Tonight on News 46, a meeting is held regarding the Carpenter Canyon 1 fire.
A vehicle fire threatens a home on the north side of town.
The Pahrump Nugget celebrates Independence Day. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Rhonda Van Winkle and Jason Koblenz. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Monday, July 8th, 2013. I'm Rhonda Van Winkle.
And I'm Jason Koblenz for News 46.
A meeting was held Friday night regarding the wildfire burning on Mount Charleston. Firefighters are struggling to gain the upper hand on the fire, which is only partially contained. Today, the blaze began burning on the west side of the mountain.
A meeting was held Friday night at the Board of County Commissioners' chambers in the Calvada Eye regarding the Carpenter Canyon 1 fire that is burning on Mount Charleston. In attendance was the U.S. Forestry Service, BLM, Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue Chief Scott Lewis, a representative from the American Red Cross, the chief from the Clark County Fire Department, and the Las Vegas Metro Police Department. The meeting was held to convey to the public information and take questions concerning the fire, which is currently burned almost 15,000 acres at this time and is 15% contained.
But I heard on the news the other day that that cloud could literally collapse and bring with it debris and ash, and could hurt us.
Yeah, well, first off, the other thing that's going to come basically out of a column like that is one, you're not going to have any debris per se, the size of sticks, logs, and things like that. There's just not enough energy to pick that thing up like a tornado would.
The latest update on the fire that started last Monday as a result of a lightning strike, mandatory evacuations are in effect for Trout Canyon, Kyle Canyon, and Lee Canyon. The number of residents that are currently evacuated, 520. Red Cross evacuation shelters have been set up in 2 locations, one at Hafen Elementary School here in Pahrump, the other one at James Bilbray Elementary School in Las Vegas. Assistance is available 24 hours a day. Local governmental partners are making animal shelters available for all animals and pets of all types. Red Cross is also delivering food and water to residents gathering at the perimeter of the evacuation areas. Road closures are as follows. Lee Canyon Road, State Route 156 is closed at US 95. Kyle Canyon Road, State Route 57 is closed at US Route 95. Trout Canyon Road is closed at State Route 160. Level Canyon Road is closed at Trout Canyon Road. Escorts are available after 8 a.m. for residents in the area. Temporary flight restrictions are in effect over the fire area. Nevada Governor Brian Sandoval toured the fire area and the incident command post in Pahrump near the Bob Roode Community Center in Petrick Park yesterday. No structures have been lost in this fire and no injuries have occurred on the fire scene. There are 18 crews on scene, 8 of which are Type 1 hotshot crews, the most highly trained. The hotshot crews we have are the same as the crew that recently was lost in Arizona. The fire is located in some very rugged and inaccessible areas. Engines and other motorized vehicles have limited access. Right now, the fire location is 1 mile from Kyle Canyon. There is a total of 753 personnel on scene. It has burned 14,458 acres as of this morning and is 15% contained. Its growth potential at this point is considered high. The projected fire movement is north into Kyle Canyon and Lee Canyon, southwest towards Trout Creek, and east to Level Canyon and Harris Springs Canyon. During the next 24 hours, it may hook north into the lower end of Kyle Canyon. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
Fire officials also said today they hope to have the fire contained by July 19th. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security's Federal Emergency Management Agency has authorized the use of federal funds to assist the state of Nevada to combat the Carpenter 1 fire. The authorization makes FEMA funding available to reimburse 75% of the eligible firefighting cost. The fire is threatening the Mount Charleston blue butterfly endangered species in the area.
News 46 caught up with Nye County Emergency Management Director Vance Payne.
Anybody that's on the internet at all right now, National Weather Service, the health departments, everybody is given the same message. We have an at-risk population, and that's our young people that's under 12 years old, and for any of the elderly population or anybody who has any kind of serious health conditions. Check on your neighbors, check on your kids, make sure that they're getting plenty of water, same as for our pets, but for our elderly and our young, most especially, they are at risk and need special attention. Check your neighbors, folks. If you know that there's an elderly person next door, walk over and see how they're doing. Let's be good neighbors. Let's be what Pahrump is, a town made up of great people.
It's important to have these kind of regular checks, and if you have a neighbor, set up a system where they can contact you and let you know how they're doing. It doesn't even have to be a long contact. You can have, hey, call me every day and just let me know, or text me if you can, and just let me know that you're okay.
Absolutely, that's what it's all about. If we're not good neighbors, we can't be a good neighbor.
A lot of businesses and, waitresses at local restaurants, the gym, they have regular customers that come in, and sometimes they will find that they haven't seen them for a couple days. I've heard them call the Nye County Sheriffs and say, hey, can you check on this person? Would that be something for service industry to make sure, keep an eye out for the regular customers during this weather?
Of course. We care about our customers the same as we do family. They become family in a lot of ways. If you don't see somebody for a little while, if you know where they live, it's worth making a call to the Sheriff's Department or to a good friend, anybody that may know them, and just check in on them.
Yeah, it's called a welfare check.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. And anything else that you would recommend for the elderly or younger population that you might think that maybe they don't think about when they're in a situation where the weather kind of sneaks up on them? It's hot. They didn't expect that they were going to be overcome that quickly.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a number of people in our community that do not have air conditioning, if you can believe that, or can't afford it. Just a simple matter of staying well hydrated and having a fan in the room makes all the difference in the world. Somebody was telling me just the other day, well, there's been people living in our valley for nearly 2 centuries. How'd they get along before air conditioning? It's just most recently. Well, they were cautious. They stayed hydrated. They stayed out of the direct sun. And if there was a breeze, you get in it.
A fully engulfed Jeep fire threatened to burn a manufactured home this morning on Blagg Road and Country Place.
Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's deputies were dispatched to the area of Country Place and Blagg Road for a fully engulfed vehicle fire. Upon arrival, they found one Jeep that was engulfed in flames and in close proximity to a structure. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue firefighters were able to contain the fire to the vehicle area, although part of the structure did momentarily catch fire. There are also some horses that were next to the structure, which sat on the back side of the property. No one inside the residence or any animals were injured as a result of the fire. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue is investigating the cause of this blaze. This is Deanne O'Donnell for News 46.
After the break, could you be sharing illnesses with your pet? Your Humana tip when News 46 returns.
We love them like our own children.
I always tease my daughters that I'm leaving everything to the dogs.
But we could be making them sick unknowingly. The story next in Prescription Health.
Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrump's optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300.
Welcome back to News 46. We are a pet-loving nation with 1/3 of Americans owning at least one dog or cat. And while we open our homes and our hearts to our furry friends, we're also increasingly sharing some of the same diseases, many that can be prevented. Andrew McIntosh has the story.
This health tip is brought to you by Humana, Visit our local office in the Pahrump Valley Junction Shopping Center or call 775-727-0871.
Come on, baby.
Every day, Jerry Eckstein takes her best friend Hank
This way,
to her vet for treatment.
27.2. He's lost over 20 pounds. He was 49 pounds when he was diagnosed.
One of Hank's kidneys has failed, and a giant mass entangled in his adrenal gland is believed to be cancer.
He's not really eating very much.
This hydration therapy is supposed to help stimulate his appetite. But Hank's not feeling good today and gets sick while our cameras look the other way. Jerry's vet gave Hank 2 weeks to a month to live. That was 9 months ago, but Jerry's dedication to her 13-year-old companion hasn't come cheap.
Since he got sick, I've spent almost $12,000. My children's inheritance. But he's worth it.
50% of dogs and 30% of cats over age 10 will die from cancer. Other common diseases in pets include arthritis, diabetes, and heart, kidney, and dental disease. One of the biggest reasons for health problems, just like in humans, Dr. Robert Hess says, it's obesity.
Well, obesity is a big issue in dogs and cats.
A recent survey found more than half of dogs and cats are considered overweight or obese by their veterinarian. That's 80 million dogs and cats. Even being 20% overweight is dangerous.
That's a 50-pound dog that weighs 60 pounds. It's estimated he will develop arthritis twice as fast, okay? He'll live 2.5 years less, okay? And develop cancer twice as readily.
Mandy Welsheimer was shocked when her dog Puppy was diagnosed with diabetes earlier this year. Puppy must take insulin twice a day for the rest of his life and follow a strict diet, but it beats the alternative.
Puppy! Luckily, it's a manageable disease, so it's not like he had something that we had to put him down for.
1, 2, 3, there.
Jerry may not be so lucky.
It's like a baby with their blankie. I have Hanky.
And for now, that's all that matters.
We're talking about you.
I'm Andrew McIntosh reporting.
When considering treatment for your pet with cancer, cost is an important factor. While it ranges widely, the average for surgery is $2,000 to $3,000. Chemotherapy and radiation can also be up to $3,000. One alternative is for pet owners is to contact their local veterinarian hospital and ask about clinical trials. Many offer free treatment and help for future research.
Investigators are looking into the fatal crash of Asiana Airlines Flight 214.
Investigators are focusing on the crew and aircraft as they try to understand why the giant jet clipped the end of the runway before crashing at the San Francisco airport on Saturday afternoon. The plane was flying much slower than the recommended 137 knots or 157 miles per hour as it approached the runway. And onboard systems warned the crew that the plane was about to stall moments before the crash. The flight with 307 people on board originated in Shanghai, China, and stopped in Seoul, South Korea. It was preparing to land when the rear of the plane struck the edge of the runway, severing the tail. Most passengers were able to escape before the plane erupted in smoke and flames. 2 people died, both teenagers who were with a 35-student Chinese camp group. The San Francisco Fire Department said one of the deceased may have been run over by an emergency vehicle. This is Deanne O'Donnell for News 46.
At least 13 people were killed and an estimated 37 others are still missing in the small town of Quebec, where a runaway train exploded in its downtown district on Saturday. Hot zones lingering more than 2 days after the train derailment were hampering authorities' efforts to continue their search for missing people. The 73-car train destroyed the downtown area, and a series of explosions flattened 40 buildings and forced nearly 2,000 people to evacuate the town, which is 130 miles east of Montreal.
The Pahrump Nugget held their annual fireworks display Saturday night. Jennifer Moots reports.
The Pahrump Nugget